Still here. How can I serve you, my Thane? Lead on. Still here. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Let's get going then.
You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
I'm right behind you. How can I serve you, my Thane? Let's get going then.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. I don't claim to be the best in White Run. The Orland Greymane's not that one. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
I've got your back. I am at your command. Lead on. Still here. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Lead on.
Come to chat with an old woman, Do your good deed for the day.
I've got your back. I am at your command. Lead on.
What do you need?
I'm right behind you. I am sworn to carry your burdens. You lead, I'll follow. Still here. I am at your command. Lead on.
Ah! If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them. Ulfric's not running a social club. You don't join anything. Either you're a true son of Skyrim, or you're not. If you are, then you make your way to Windhelm and talk to the man himself. If you're not, well, friend, you'd best walk away before this gets ugly. At first they called us that to belittle our cause, but we gladly accept being named for Ulfric Stormcloak, the only true High King of Skyrim. We are the true sons and daughters of Skyrim, and Ulfric. He is the truest of us all. We fight to make our land great once more, to raise up strong, noble thanes, and lay low false jarls and the cowards who hide behind them. The sound of our fury is a storm about to break on the heads of our enemies. Our friendship, a cloak of true brotherhood for all who would wear it. Skyrim is the birthplace of humanity, the birthplace of honor, and those snow-backed Imperials renounced both when they laid down before the Thalmor. Worse still, to pay for the privilege to keep his throne, the Emperor sells Skyrim and our very gods, Talos no less, to the damn elves. And what did Torygg do? He and the Jarls that supported him, they took the Emperor's gold, sold out their people for a slave master's peace treaty. Ulfric did right killing him. Soon we'll rid Skyrim of elves, their bloody Justicars, and the Jarls in their pockets. The whole damn lot of them. And we'll cleave through the Legion to get to them. I'll take my leave then. Next Imperial I see is dead.
Fight or die well.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to. Damn faithless Imperials.
is it? What has happened to the Gildergreen? I have traveled long here to worship beneath its branches.
It was taken by a lightning strike. Wish I had time to deal with it. But it's hard enough with all these wounded from the war.
Please, don't just let it stay like this. It's disgraceful.
I really don't have time to deal with you right now. Please just let me get back to my work.
But this is supposed to be your work.
Fever. My body.
What's happened to the Gildergreen is a travesty.
So, have you gotten Mr. Bane back from those filthy hag ravens yet?
What's happened to the Gildergreen is a travesty.
Oh, Well, I honestly didn't expect you to come back. Of course, I'm glad you did. Now, I don't really want to touch that thing, though. Do you think you could handle the next steps?
Pain is so great.
Eldergleam Sanctuary Grove is to the east of here. You can use Nettlebane to retrieve some of its sap.
Was I correct in hearing that you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam? I am a traveler, a pilgrim. I follow the voice of Kinnereth wherever it can be heard. I've dreamed of seeing Eldergleam for years. Might I travel alongside you? I promise not to get in the way. I thank you for your kindness. Yes. Speak.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is. You should buy some produce from Carlotta's stall. Most of it comes from my farm.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in Riverwood. Those poor sods don't even have a wall.
Need something? Come, I haven't got all day.
Need something? Huh? Need something?
Yes?
Inside.
Finally made it here. Please move quickly. Elder Gleam awaits us. I can almost hear its heart.
Come to enjoy the sights and sounds of this beautiful sanctuary? Truly remarkable. Welcome to Elder Gleam Sanctuary, my friend. If you have any questions, speak to Asta.
Amazing that such beauty could exist in a place as desolate as the volcanic tundra. You are in Elder Gleam Sanctuary. Just a small glimpse of what beauty Kinneret has to offer. Wonderful place, isn't it? Yes, my friend. Though no one has been able to get close to her for as long as I can remember. As you can see, Elder Gleam's roots are large and stretch far, blocking any path to her trunk. Though, believe it or not, there are rumors of a weapon that even Elder Gleam herself would lift her roots for, more out of fear than respect. All right then.
no idea you were a man of violence. What exactly are your intentions in this blessed place? You would violate this marvel of Kinnereth's glory to fix that half-breed stump in Whiterun? That's abominable. Barbaric! I'll have no part of this. Why didn't you tell me what you intended? Well, yes. There is something. It won't repair the tree back at the temple, but we could bring them a new one. Follow me. I think I can convince the tree to help us. Gleam has blessed us with a sapling. You should take it to Whiterun. Danica will want to see that the true blessings of nature lie in renewal, not a slavish maintenance. I believe I'll stay here and bask in Eldergleam's warmth a bit longer. Good luck on your travels. May Kinnereth's wind carry only the sweetest scents. I can almost hear its heart.
Amazing that such beauty could exist in a place as desolate as the volcanic tundra. Praise Kinnereth for allowing such beauty in the world. You are in Eldergleam Sanctuary. Just a small glimpse of what beauty Kinnereth has to offer. Wonderful place, isn't it?
someone who can get things done. I like that.
Do you have the Elder Gleam sap?
The fever. My body burns.
But I can't run the temple without the support of people who are inspired by the Gilder Gleam. How can this little tree bring new worshippers?
Pain is so great.
You're right, of
So
course.
sick.
It can be hard to hear the winds of Kinnereth when all you hear are the rabble in the temple. Death feeds new life. I'm sure that in time, this little sapling will grow into a new Gildergreen that will tower over Whiterun. Thank you. I'll gladly share my knowledge with you. Grace of Kinnereth be with you. Hello, child of Kinnereth. Travel great Skyrim, and Kinnereth travels with you.
Yes? Did you want something? What? Where am I? In my head. Oh, it's you! I mean, what? No, I've never seen you before. I have no idea who you are. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. Wait! Don't leave! I'm injured! Yes, injured. You have to take me with you. Otherwise I might die, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience. Yeah, well, that's because... Okay, fine. If you take me with you, I will make it worth your while. You won't find anyone tougher than me in Skyrim, not to mention as good looking. What you really mean is that you don't like competition? Anyway, fine. I get it. People do get a little jealous of me, but I've come to accept it. If you change your mind, come and find me. Do you have something to say? Why should I follow you? Actually, I can think of a few good reasons. Let me guess. You want to talk? I'm always ready for a chat. Well, I was feeling pretty lonely till you came along, but I'm so glad you did. You can ask me anything. Oh, just fantastic. Why shouldn't that be? Apart from the fact I always seem to attract the wrong kind of attention and everyone wants to kill me. I guess it's my fault, but I can change who I am. I'm always ready for a chat. My undergarments are really starting to chafe. I don't suppose you would... No, that would be pretty awkward for the both of us. Of course. I was playing two guys against each other in a bid to win me over. Of course, they had to supply me with plenty of drink and earn my affection. I just wanted some entertainment. Oh, it was great watching them get more and more competitive. It ended up in a massive brawl, and once it was over, I left them both empty-handed and out of pocket. As for waking up in a stable without any clothes on, I don't remember what happened after leaving the tavern, but that's nothing new. Well, I was wandering around Skyrim killing bandits who thought I was an easy target, and meeting new locals. Or should I say making new enemies. Before that I was studying, if you can call it that, at the College of Winterhold. It wasn't my first choice, of course, being a Nord, but I had no place to go, and it was either that or live in a cave. So, I learned a few spells just to keep them happy. I must admit, though, that learning to blow stuff up was pretty fun. Unfortunately, my genius was wasted on them. And I was kicked out for making everyone naked with a spell I forced some other student to create for me. So, it turns out I ended up living mostly in caves anyway. Of course. You mean like weird? Huh. I thought you were different from all those other people who make fun of me. Because I don't try and conform to people's ridiculous ideals. You think so? Everyone in Skyrim is like an exact replica of each other. Always bragging about themselves, saying how beautiful or tough they are. I would never do that. Yes, okay, I know what you're thinking, but in my case it is actually true. Some people really do kid themselves. You can ask me anything. Well, there was someone, but he wasn't from Skyrim. He was a Breton from High Rock. I took him around Skyrim to see the sights. Well, mainly the taverns, but unfortunately I turned out to be too much to handle for him. I mean, who doesn't like to get drunk? Perhaps if someone else was interested in me, though? Oh, okay. What would you like to talk about? Are you trying to say that I'm evil? Or that I should try being a bit nicer to people? Where's the fun in that? I won't change for anyone. You can like it or lump it. Just be glad you aren't one of my victims. Let's just try and keep it that way, or you could just leave. Actually, no, don't do that. Time to move, I guess.
Still here. I am at your command. going then. I'll head back home if you need me.
Those graybeards are a strange bunch. Imagine having to sit there in silence all the time. I just couldn't do it. If you say so. If you say so. If you say so. I'm glad that's sorted. So you need to find the horn of Jorgen Windcaller? Yes, I had heard he was a little horny. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Even for me. Yes? Did you want something? If you say so. That's very thoughtful of you. Let me guess. You want to talk? Okay, but don't push your luck. All right then.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Take a look. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Sure, whatever.
What do you need, my friend? Some might call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day.
By the great heirs of tears.
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Jorlin, take a look. Take a look. Until next time.
Skyrim might be a cool place with miserable people, but after a few drinks, you don't really notice. Speaking of which, I'm getting a little thirsty.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Take a look. Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
They can barely tolerate our presence on Earth. Today, they take away your faith.
Divine smile on you, friend. Take a look. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College.
face, you two.
You're the best. Can you be my father? Mister, could you spare a coin? It's... since she died. I wound up here, but... I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
Come to chat with an old woman?
Did you know there are some fruits
your
that
good
actually
deed for
grow
the day.
better in the cold weather?
Let me know if you see anything you like. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Do come back.
Was there something you wanted? Fine, but don't take advantage of me. At least not in that way.
Everything's for sale, my friend. You need visit no other shops today.
Thanks. I think. You are not very talkative, are you? I always open up for you. I mean, to you. Don't look at me. I'm not taking the blame. I love teasing guys. After I went bear hunting one day, I asked the hunter if he wanted to see my bear chest. I showed him the bear I just killed and pointed to his chest. Oh, you should have seen the disappointment on his face. Let me guess. You want to talk? All right then. Was there something you wanted? Okay, but don't push your luck. If you say so. I rather enjoyed our little chat. What is it? If you say so. Time to move, I guess. Out of all the Daedric princes, Sanguine is the only one I would actually consider worshipping. He really understands how to have a good time and knows the importance of alcohol. I quite like Sheogorath too.
cannot best you. I'd stay away if I were you. I'm on my way to a giant camp, and I can't guarantee those beasts won't think you're part of the offering. Keep your distance, and you shouldn't have anything to worry about. I have everything under control. Thanks for offering. The cow, of course. Others do it differently. But I found that an annual offering usually keeps the giants away from our livestock. Some think it's superstition, but I believe it works. I've yet to have a giant kill any of my livestock. It's tradition. We mark the animal as a way to let the giants know we're giving it to them willingly. Sort of a peace offering. It's tradition. We mark the animal as a... Thanks. You take care of yourself now.
Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting.
So you're the strong silent type, huh? I bet you must love me talking to you all the time. Then again, who could resist spending time with me?
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. If you need a meal or room, I've got both. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Bit of advice. Folks here don't care for magic or those that use it. If you're intent on it, check at the college up in Winterhold. Either that or go see the Jarl's court wizard. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need. If you need a meal or room, I've got both. Of course. Mm-hmm.
If you're thinking of setting up to farm, you picked the right place. Secret? What makes you think there's a secret? There are no secrets here, my curious friend. Our prosperity is simply the result of hard work, good fortune, and the blessings of the gods. How can we? We're a community of farmers, not fighting men. If not for the war, we might have enough guards in the hold to protect the settlements. That the dragons should return now is most unfortunate. Have you met Rorik? He owns these lands, and it's from him that our village gets its name. We've been friends for many years now. Rorik fought for the Empire in the Great War. He was gravely wounded, and so was brought before me. I was a healer then, you see. We were as close as kinsmen, and when Rorik returned home, I came with him. I'm happy to spend my twilight years here with my good friend. Mm-hmm.
If you beat up my sister, Sissel, I won't tell. I wish I could be an inventor like you and go wherever I want. I had a dream that there was a good dragon. He was old and gray, but he wasn't scary. Most days, I do all I can to stay away from my sister and my father. The beating's the same from either one. Someday soon, I'll stop being afraid. Joanne is teaching me magic. He says I'm real good. Yes? Are you new around here? You should go to the inn if you need a place to stay. Sissel thinks she's so special. No way she's more special than me. I'm the older sister, by nearly 5 minutes. Sissel, need something?
I have to wonder. What does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thuum be taught? Like any skill?
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all.
My father, Ralki, manages the inn. He used to be a soldier, but he left that life behind.
So you're good at alteration. Do you know the spell where you can turn iron into gold? Now that would be useful. Or maybe the one where you can see people through walls. I bet you could have some fun with that. What? No, I'm not only interested in gold and making love. I do also enjoy killing. And the odd bit of meat.
I got enough troubles, so don't go adding to them.
You look like you've seen your share of adventure. I envy you that. In fact, maybe you can help me with something. It's true. For as long as I can remember, our crops have always done well. I'm not sure whether it's the soil, climate, or the favor of the divines, but we've never had a poor harvest. Born and raised right here in Rorikstead. My father was a soldier. He fought in the Great War, and when it was over, he retired here to raise a family. My mother passed away when I was just a babe, so he did his best to raise me on his own. It's not the most exciting place in the world, but the people here work hard. They don't cause trouble for anyone. I want to be an adventurer like you. My father says I can't. He says he needs me to stay here and work the farm. And even if he did let me be an adventurer, we couldn't afford to buy armor. His name is Meralki, and he's the innkeeper here. I hope you could change his mind. Thank you. I can't stand the thought of being trapped in this village for the rest of my days.
Did you see those guards? Get out of line and you'll have them to deal with. We're honest, hard-working folk here, and we don't suffer beggars or thieves. Do I detect a bit of jealousy in your tone? I would hardly blame you. What calling could be more noble than this? I see in your eyes that you think I jest. I assure you I don't. I am proud, and rightfully so, of the work we do here. Working the soil with your hands, seeing your seeds take root and grow, tending a herd. There is a joy in honest labor you won't find elsewhere. In Whiterun, mostly. Ennis handles the business arrangements, but I know that he has a few purchasers who give us a fair price. Ennis prides himself on his shrewd business schemes. For my part, I'm far happier working with cattle and crops than with people.
Name's Ennis. If you've got friends who do business in Whiterun, they might know me. You here from the city? I visit Whiterun from time to time, mostly to make deals.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all. All right, then.
If you've got some business in Rorikstead, you should start by speaking to Juan. Yes, that's right. Look around you. Most of the lands you see are mine. Most of this I purchased while my comrades were fighting in the south, helping the Empire against the Aldmeri Dominion. Back then, nothing would grow here, and so the land was worthless. Now, thanks to the hard work and the gods' blessings, our farms prosper. Aye, that I did. I commanded a force of several dozen men, most of them levies from villages in the part of the home. Damn near met my end in that war. An old merry soldier ran me through with his blade, left me for dead. A healer named Joanne saved my life. He's been my closest friend ever since. I tell you, that man is a miracle worker. Not yet, anyway, though it certainly could. With most of the Hold's fighting men committed to the war, there are fewer swords to keep the road safe from brigands and wild beasts. And of course, As the war drags on and supplies run low, our ample fields and stores of food will make a tempting target for desperate men. The best we can hope for is a swift end to the conflict. The longer the war goes on, the worse it will be for all of us, I'm afraid. Until next time.
A word of advice. Never buy a used copy of The Lusty Argonian Maid. The covers are always worn and the pages stuck together. I just don't get it. I swear, there must be some kind of conspiracy.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. Colorful. My son? Eric? What about him? Did something happen? Is he all right? But the world is a dangerous place. Eric has no idea what he's getting himself into. What's more, he's got no armor. I'll have to save up the money for it. Perhaps you should let a father decide what is best for his own son. You would give your own coin to help my son? I'm moved by your compassion. Your kind deed will not go unrewarded, my friend. Tell Eric I've changed my mind and will visit Whiterun soon to fit him for armor. If you need a meal or room, I've got both.
Did you have any luck talking to my father? I can't thank you enough, friend. I hope you'll come back to Rorikstead soon and pay me a visit. Maybe we can swap stories about our adventures over a mug of ale at the inn. My father, Mralki, manages the inn. He used to be a soldier, but he left that life behind.
Was there something you wanted? I'm here if you ever need me. Notice that people seem to always say the same things, and people complain about me. I hope that wasn't valuable. Actually, what do I care? Why the Dunmer are called Dark Elves? It makes them sound really evil.
Yes?
Need something? Good morning. Good morning.
Obviously never met me. Otherwise you would be cowering right now. You should never fight a woman. They always fight.
Victory is yours! I submit!
So, is it true what they sing about you? Perhaps you could show me what really happens when a Dragonborn comes?
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems. Oh, the wind blows bitter cold in this place. An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. Skyrim is a ripe opportunity indeed. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away, but for those with courage, there is much profit to be made. The Khajiit hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered on the north by Cyrodiil, and the south by the glistening blue waters of the sea. Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always. There are cities so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly. Yes? Take a look. I hope that you will come to do business with us again. I work with my mother to sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days. Hard work.
Need a ride? Well, I know the companions make their home here. Their mead hall, Jorvaskr, is the oldest building in the city. Oh, and there's a nasty feud between two families called the Greymanes and the Battleborns. You want to be careful there. The rest you can find out by asking the townsfolk. Start with the barkeep at the Bannered Mare or the Castle Stirring. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Nice weather for a ride. Hope it lasts. Get up there.
gods gave you two hands, and you used them both for your weapon.
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go?
It's not often I say this, but I feel sorry for the woman that runs the shop here. I mean, there are no guys here at all. Unless you count the strange elves in the tavern, which I certainly don't.
What are you doing that for?
My job is to serve the Jarl, not waste time talking with travelers. Me? Nothing. And I hope to keep it that way. The Jarl is convinced I have some connection with the college, so he goes easy on me. Maybe you'd like to help me keep up appearances. Old Nellikar has a mage's staff in his room in the frozen hearth. It'd be good to have that staff, in case the Jarl starts wondering if I actually have a real connection to the college. Thanks. I'll be waiting for it. The Jarl has put out a bounty on some bandits. Here, take a look at this decree for details. Safe travels.
I'm sorry, could you describe the smell?
Like some horrible monster was turned inside out and then exploded. What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
This is why people have a problem with your college, Nellikar. Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Ranmir beg a drink from you yet? That's gold wasted, friend. You mean the inn or Winterhold? Suppose it's the same answer either way. Winterhold's fallen on hard times, to say the least. Most folk packed up and left years ago. A few of us are either too stubborn or too crazy to go, so we do our best to make a living. It's not much, but we get by. Very little money passes through Winterhold anymore. But if there's one thing you can count on, it's folks needing a drink now and then. He owes this tavern enough coin to burn it down, build it back up, then burn it down again just for laughs. He's had some troubles in his life, but I can't have him drinking here without at least paying back some of the coin he owes. Go right ahead. He just might be sober enough to listen to you. All right, then.
Colorful. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. I'm afraid there's not much to be said. Winterhold is hardly what it used to be. You can talk to Birna if you need to buy anything. She doesn't have much, but could certainly use the coin. And then there's our little inn. Most of the business we get is from folks here to visit the college, though even that's dried up some. That's right. College of Winterhold, just north of town. Hard to miss. Until next time.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep walking. I'm just trying to have a quiet drink here, all right? Who are you to say what I should do? I'll pay her back when I'm ready. And I told you I'd pay it when I'm good and ready. Calm down there, friend. I'll pay. Tell Harren that she'll have her gold. Until next time.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat. Thank you. He's not a bad man, just bad with his coins and his drink. My husband Dagger could tell you stories there. I have a couple of Ranmir's things that he traded to us back when he was still paying regularly. I say you've earned them. See ya.
If there's anything you need, just let me know. Well, not exactly. Listen, we're friends, right? I wonder if I could ask a favor of you. It's about Ranmir. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with him being here all the time. He mostly keeps to himself, and so far he's been able to pay. I just hate to see what's happened to him. He hasn't always been like this, you know. Drunk, I mean. Oh, he was a different person. Happy, outgoing, like anyone who's in love. See, Ranmir was involved with a pretty young woman named Isabel Rollane. The two of them were very happy together, I thought. One day, she just disappeared. Ranmir was convinced she'd run off with someone else, leaving him behind. He turned to drinking. And what's left of him is what you see here every day. I'm not sure. I hope that maybe if she could be found, if he had some sort of explanation, that maybe he could put himself back together. I'm in no position to go searching for her, but perhaps you could. All right, then.
Now here's a man I'm glad to see. Oh no. Dagger's been talking at you, hasn't he? Gotten you roped into his little plan to fix Ranmir's life. I'll tell you what I told him. Stay out of it. It's none of your business. Those aren't folks you want to get tangled up with. Enough to know that it's not worth it. Ranmir's a good boy, and he doesn't deserve what fate pushed his way. But there's only so far I'll go to risk my neck. One night, Ranmir was in here like always, drinking himself to death. When I told him there was no more hunting brew, that he drank all of it, he got angry. He ranted at me. How I didn't know what he's been through. How Isabel broke his heart when she ran off with some thief named Vex. He said he'd even gone to Riften to try and find the bastard. I think maybe he was hoping they'd just kill him, and that'd be the end of it. Dagger never heard any of this, and I chose to keep it to myself. I'm only telling you so you don't get into trouble. Riften and thieves means trouble. Just leave it alone. No, there isn't, and I suggest you leave it at that. I don't want to see anyone get hurt over this. See ya.
I'm just trying to have a quiet drink here, all right?
If you've business with the college, you're welcome to stay here. It's where most of our business comes from, in fact.
Ours is the only family left that truly cares what happens to Winterhold. Courier will be the first to tell you that if it weren't for that college, we'd all be better off. I agree with him.
What's your business here in Winterhold? Should have known. Not that it matters anymore. No one bothers coming to Winterhold for any other reason. I do. And if you count yourself among their numbers, then you've blood on your hands as well. There's nothing left of Winterhold. Nothing. Everyone knows it's the college's fault that the sea swallowed our city. Still they deny it. What? We all know the truth. What's there to tell? It's mostly gone now, thanks to those damned mages in the college. Someday there'll be proof they caused the Great Collapse. Most of a city just dropping off into the sea. That doesn't just happen. Winterhold has lost much of its history, and with that much of its power. I aim to change that. I've heard rumors of the resting place of the Helm of Winterhold. The very same helm that Jarl Hansa wore in the First Era. Hansa was in line to be High King of Skyrim, you know. Having that might get the ear of the other holds, and give me some authority. Good. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for your return. Come back as soon as you have the helm.
I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. Keep that in mind, will you? Wasn't by choice, I can tell you that. Options were in short supply. Ranmir and I grew up here, and nearly any money I make, he drinks away. Without the coin to pack up and leave, I decided to take to trading. Very funny. I'm sure you've noticed that Winterhold isn't exactly overflowing with people. So I'll sell whatever I can. If it's worth putting a price on, you can bet I'll do it. I've been burned a few times, made a few bad deals, but mostly I come out on top. Yeah, it was stupid of me. I shouldn't have believed the story and just refused the trade. But I didn't, and now I'm stuck with this worthless junk. Some line about this clothing in Ingol Barrow. He said it was worth more than its weight in gold if I took it back there. Something about placing it back in Ingol's chamber, I don't know. What was I thinking? Even if it were true, I'm not setting foot in some ancient tomb filled with who knows what. I don't even care anymore. You want to check it out? Fine. I'll sell you the thing for 50 gold, and then it's your problem. Fine, here you go. You get killed on account of this thing, it's not my fault. Got it? But I suppose if it does actually turn out to be worth something, let me know, will you? Aye.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? Huh. Humor is often in short supply here. But I sense that perhaps you're after more than just that. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort. Excellent.
A standard spell for one skilled in destruction magic is the Firebolt. Casting one at the seal on the ground here would be sufficient. No? Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be happy to provide it to you for a mere 30 gold. Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They also sell spells. Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it. The college is massive in Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. No matter
Finally! I thought she was never going to let us in. So you're joining the college to become a mage? I guess I could use a mage. I can be the muscle and beauty, and you can be the wise wizard who incinerates anyone who opposes us. If you try any mind tricks or any other funny business on me, though, then you will find that you will be missing your magic stick. And you will no longer be able to conjure up any children. Do I make myself clear?
Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls. You'll need to speak with Mirabelle Irvine. Her quarters are in the Hall of Countenance, but she could be anywhere on the grounds. She's the master wizard here. Archmage Aaron may be in charge, but Mirabelle runs the place. You do well to remember that. We are the only group left in Skyrim dedicated to the study of the arcane. There are others who study, to be sure, but they do so in private and often in secret. Certainly. Destruction spells come in different forms, each useful for various purposes. Concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. Good for a tight spot and less costly if you miss. You'll also need to decide whether to devote yourself to a single type of spell. Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, but you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Mirabelle will be waiting for you.
Go to thinking. Maybe I'm the Dragonborn. I just don't know it yet.
You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken.
Sir, how quaint. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid. The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched. No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching you, all of you, very closely. Your superior and I were simply having a discussion about my level of access to the college. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. I shall be quite capable of observing everything that goes on here. I am an advisor to the Archmage. The Thalmor wish to promote relations with your college. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice. Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusting. Now that stability has been established between the Dominion and the Empire, we seek only to help Skyrim, to guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better future.
Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that.
You never did tell me about
While
your parents.
technically in charge of the
I mean,
college,
you
the
were
Archmage's
Dragonborn,
responsibilities often
so
keep him
do you have
occupied.
ancestors
Thus,
that are dragons?
I run the day-to-day operations.
That would be
Now,
really
if you'll please
disturbing
follow
if you
me,
did.
I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement
Wow,
more
this
stringent
college
entry
story is
procedures
so
due to some problems
interesting.
with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared. Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. After I finish showing you the grounds, we can talk. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards. Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know. Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Beralda can teach destruction spells and offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim and can help with spells from that school. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration, one of the best in Tamriel and always willing to pass on his knowledge. If you can find him and focus his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about illusion magic. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic. There are no expectations. This college is a place to study and practice magic freely. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first. That way we all benefit.
Do you ever get the feeling of just losing your clothes at the most inappropriate moments? No, me neither. Okay, well, maybe sometimes.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Is that so?
See, he agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's all right. I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell.
I think I'll sit this lesson out. Good luck with your fancy spell casting. Yes, I'm listening.
Keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various...
Do you believe the stories of the college destroying the city of
The
Winterhold?
college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of magic. There's a lot of pressure for me to accept.
Hopefully there are some ancient relics. Excluding Toltver, of course.
Maribel does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement. All right, then.
You can see me? But you can hear me, obviously. Something still isn't quite right. At least I'm making progress. Oh my, that's quite a difficult question. Never underestimate the ability to influence others. Whether they're friends or foes, they're almost all susceptible to illusion spells. They can turn the tide of a battle in a moment's notice. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. There may be a matter in which your skills could be useful. The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will allow you to delve directly into the focal points for these energies. Go to each focal point and remove whatever impurities you may find there. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences. Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear. Farewell.
hope that wasn't valuable. Actually, what do I care?
You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you? Good, good. Not that I require validation, of course. There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in. Well, no, not really. Not directly, I mean. But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms. I'm quite aware of what's going on here, and I will not stand for it. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever woken up in the morning with a big cock in your ear? That damn bird screeched so loud that I cooked it for dinner. That's why stables are a bad place to sleep. Luckily, the farmer didn't find out about it.
Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed? Don't tell anyone you're doing it. You need something you're not officially supposed to have? You come see me. You tell anyone that I told you, and I'll fry you from the inside out. Got it? Huh? Good. Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits. Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. Theft and assault can get you into trouble as well. As for research, well, a sufficient explanation will cover almost anything. If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds. I hope you've got some coin. Let's just take a look then. All right then.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies. Feralda, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and I know what she's been up to.
Don't trust that one. He's up to something. Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you. Well, I suppose I could use a hand with something, yes. Feralda's working on something, and I want to know what it is. I want her notes. You think you could get them for me without her knowing? Yes. Yes, it is. You have a problem with that? Look, either you get the notes, or I'll figure out another way to do it. Just come find me if you get your hands on them. Until next time.
Trouble?
Not yet, but give it time.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. Yes, they have. I can feel the difference already. But, of course, I'm far more in tune with these sorts of things than most. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. Farewell.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
She what?
Oh, I should have known she'd try it again. Thanks for warning me. I'll see to it this is taken care of.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit. I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month. Let me think. What were they working on? As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve Flame Cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Hunning Brew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed. None. It's been long enough that, honestly, I don't expect to hear from them. I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it. Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago. He didn't like the Archmage, hated dealing with him, hated having to answer to him. Thalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. All right then.
To learn how to make potions? That doesn't sound very pleasant to me. I mean, who in the right mind would eat a giant stoat or troll fat? As for eating thistles and antlers, that sounds painful.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep walking.
My days at the college are long behind me, but I prefer to stay close by. No. Gods no, not for years. I left Winterhold for some time, and returned to stay here at the inn. I still have research that keeps me busy, and being here in Winterhold ensures I have access to former colleagues. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Until next time.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? My job is to serve the Jarl, not waste time talking with travelers. This should come in handy. Here, let me show you a few tricks I've learned about buttering up royalty. All right, then.
See those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords.
What you get up to in your spare time is nothing to do with me.